Just did a video on why fat is so much more important than protein on a ketogenic or carnivore diet, but I did talk about how much, so let's get into it. Welcome everyone, welcome to my very humble channel. Now let's get into the subject of fat again. My last video I spoke about why fat is so much more important than protein on a ketogenic and a carnivore diet, obviously for your skin, the dermis layers, for the brain, because the brain is made out of cholesterol, a lot of it, also for your reproductive hormones, for your adrenal system, for your liver, your kidneys, and obviously to stabilize your blood sugar and get into ketosis. And I'm not throwing around the concept of getting into ketosis. It is an amazing physical response that the body can do as another form of fuel. In nature, you would not be in ketosis all the time, but for those dealing with inflammation, histamine, high blood sugar, all the rest, kidney issues, liver issues, the fat, the cholesterol though is so important to create a homeostatic balance of health. I get a lot of people who say, I want to lose weight, but I want to be healthy. Well, let's get healthy, but you gotta know how much fat. Years ago, scientists Steve Phinney and Jeff Volek we're talking about ketogenesis in a lab. They talked about 200 grams of fat, and I really implemented this number on clients because I've had a lot of clients, over 8,000 over the years. 200 grams of fat really is a sweet spot. Now, not everyone is the same. When you guys comment in the comment section, you're looking for exact numbers, and I don't know who you are. I don't know your background. I don't know your metabolic strength or derangement. So many people comment in the comment section of my YouTube video saying like, I'm 5'6", I'm a woman, I'm 47 years old, and how much protein? How much fat? I have to know more intimate, I hate to say it, details about someone's lifestyle, personality, gallbladder, stomach, acid, digestive enzymes to be able to say, hey, let's put you on a ketogenic diet because you don't have hypoglycemia, your gallbladder is functioning perfectly, you make enough lipase, for example. Generally speaking, 200 grams of fat is the amount of fat to signal the brain body, the brain connected to the body, to produce and to convert body fat into ketones via the liver so it can get up into the Krebs cycle, into all the cells to give you energy. The problem is that your body is used to burning glucose, carbs, or even through stress, you can raise your blood sugar without eating a single drop of a carb or fruit or sugar at all through gluconeogenesis. And it really happens like that. This is your body's ability to produce energy when you need to run from a lion. But we don't run from lions anymore. But we have bills and relationships and jobs and self-image. All of these things make people incredibly stressed out, even when they say, I'm not stressed. For example, I had a consultation today with a man who said he had no GI issues. He was 330 pounds, in his 50s. And when I asked him, that's a fly, what are some of the metabolic issues or gut issues, he said I didn't have any. And I began to say, no, the body is a little bit more detailed than that. You can actually not be sleeping deep enough, or perhaps your blood sugar is destabilized. And these are the varying factors that can frack you up. But when you start with that 200 grams of fat, that gives you enough fatty substrate to convert into ketones to then train the brain. We're not doing carbs anymore. We're doing ketones. And it starts with dietary fat. Your body has to learn how to make ketones. enzymatic responses to convert fatty acids into ketones, so your body can use it as energy rather than looking for glucose. People with enough stomach acid, lipase, high functioning gallbladder, liver, all of you guys are going to be able to make those ketones a lot easier without the hiccups that most people experience because they have poor liver function. They've got high liver enzymes, their ALT or their AST is high. They don't have enough stomach acid. Their body is not producing enough lipase. And stress can shoot your blood sugar up and make the ketones not viable. And what I mean by not being viable is that you can make the ketones, but then your body just pees them out. Your body's not using them. And therefore, you still are a sugar burner. And your brain is still looking for carbs, which is why your energy can fluctuate. But there's a lot of people say, like, I've got energy when I fast, or I'm not eating for hours. And I'm like, that's your adrenals. You have to get energy from somewhere. You're not going to pluck it out of thin air. The body needs petrol or gasoline to drive that car. The body being a car. To get into ketosis, you must be in such a friggin' zen, like strong mind, know how to diaphragmatic breathe, know how to get the cortisol down, regulate it, sleep amazingly well, and again, have a great liver. So if all those things are in alignment, you start with 200 grams of fat if you are under 5'9". If you're under 5'9". And once you get taller and once you become more of an active person, the fat requirement goes up. You still have to balance your blood sugar. And that is another caveat that people don't understand. It's not just about the fat grams. It's about stabilizing blood sugar, because if your blood sugar is not stable, your body won't use the ketones and you'll just pee them out. 200 grams of fat. That's just to start with. My sweet spot, and you have to find your sweet spot, and not everyone is the same, is between 200 and 230 grams of fat a day. That's the fat on my plate. I don't even count what's in the pan or the saucepan or the frying pan. Only what is on the plate, because I lick my plates. I really make sure that I get all of that fat in. I also do not count the fat from avocados, or from the olives, or from the macadamia nuts. I don't count foods high in monounsaturated fats. I count the fats that have mono, poly, and saturates all combined. The triad of fats coming from pork fat, lard, beef tallow. The fat on a ribeye is not enough fat. For those who think that they use their chronometer and that thing is so off, all of these apps are not accurate. You are not getting in the fat that you think that you are. So the nut butters and the almond butter, none of this, the coconut oil, the MCT oil, none of these fats are ketogenic. And if you're doing a carnivore diet, you must be ketogenic. That is the point. If I was a guy, super active, 300, 350. Your body does not store fat from eating fat. Not if you are metabolically or strong. You're not going to store fat. This is somebody who has a regulated blood sugar. If your blood sugar is regulated, you're not dysglycemic, you're here instead of here, and you're insulin sensitive, your body's going to take that fat, it's going to convert it as ketones and use it as energy. It will also use it as structure for your skin, your lungs, your brain, your reproductive organs, and anything else that's divine within our temple, our body temple. What I recommend for those who are trying to drive ketosis on a carnivore diet and a keto diet is try to go as high as you can if you have a functioning gallbladder. If you don't, I've got videos, many videos talking about how to do these diets with no gallbladder or a sludged up or stoned up gallbladder. Symptoms, strategies, all of that. But if your gallbladder is functioning perfectly, the higher the fat, the better. You have all of these lovely fat-soluble vitamins and omega-3s and everything that will help the cells, like tools to fix a car, to keep your body in balance. Don't cheat yourself by eating high protein and moderate to low fat, because all that will do is create problems because you cannot get energy from protein. It's very small. What you need to do is get fat from Freudian. You need to get energy from fat or from carbs, and carbs suck. Okay, they don't suck like wiener dog balls. They suck elephant balls. That's what you need to understand when it comes to eating fat opposed to protein. Protein is something that you just can't get the energy from, and so you tank, and your body's still looking for energy. So then the body goes into the adrenals and starts cranking out the cortisol, and you're like, oh my god, I do so amazing fasting and doing carnivore, and then you look like you've aged 5 years, but you dropped 8 pounds of water. It's complicated, but it's not complicated at the same time. The point is to start with 200 grams of fat, from 2 to 3, and if you're a tall, very active male, I would go up to 350, and sometimes even 400 grams of fat, because your body's going to use it to poop. It's going to use it for your skin. It's going to use it for a lot of stuff, including your brain and people who are suffering from depression and anxiety. It's an awesome, beautiful thing. You should check out my video on what kinds of fat and why fat over protein. So obviously, animal fat from ruminant animals, your fats coming from chicken, like it's high in omega-6. It's not great for ketones. It's not great for energy. It's not great for structure, for the nutrient profile. Yes, we want... And the whole sardine thing, I did a sardine video. No, somebody asked me that twice lately, or 2 people have asked me that. No, seafood is great for iodine and for other iodine, and if you're doing shellfish, it's great for everything, and omega-3s, but the sea is pretty polluted, so we got to be careful. All right, comment below and tell me what you guys do. Do you eat enough fat? Do you get 12 tablespoons of fat in, not including the meat, not including avocado? Do you struggle with the fat? Are you still eating high protein? Is your weight still stuck? Comment below. Share this content. And what else? Hit the notification bell. And yeah, the challenge is going to be in January, because I got to get past the holiday season, and then I'll be ready. I'll be ready. Life is good. Life is so freaking nuts, but you have to make the most out of it, no matter how weird your health is, finances, or self-image. You must have belief in yourself. Energy. 56, on my way to 57, 16 years and counting in ketosis, and I am officially out. Oh yeah, if you need a consultation, sign up at stephanieperson.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at Stephanie Ketogenic. My Facebook, Stephanie the Business, as in the body business person. Or what else? Or I have a course where I cover all 3 diets, because a lot of you all cannot do carnivore or keto or even low carb, high fat. So comment below, and I'm out. Peace. Energy.